What is going on, guys, and welcome to the preview, or the predictions, whatever you want to call it, for the No Mercy pay-per-view that happens this Sunday, 9th of October, along with the presidential debate. I'm not going to be able to watch it until Monday, so I'm going to have to try and avoid spoilers overnight. It is shaping up to be a great presidential debate and a fantastic pay-per-view as well. So how I'm going to fit both of them in when I get home tomorrow, I do not know. So when a review will come out, again, not so sure. I'll probably stick No Mercy in before and somehow try and watch the debate on my travels at some point tomorrow as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so God knows what happened there, but we're back now. And we're going to get ready. Some sort of problem with the mic. Yeah, it's just tradition with this channel, isn't it? So we've got Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin in a dark match. It's a pre-show match, which should be decent. I think this will be a decent match. I do. I think it's two gladiators going against each other. The question here is with WWE, do they want to give Jack Swagger another go at something and another, not necessarily a push, but because the only push he had was at WrestleMania 26, and that all ended badly, and we don't want him going to that level again. So what do they want to do with Swagger? Was he brought back on as somebody to be fed to Baron Corbin and continue Baron Corbin's dominance, or some will say Baron Corbin's floating around doing nothing.com, or was he brought back as a genuine somebody they genuinely wanted to reinvent? That's the question. Jack Swagger wins if that's the case. If not, then Baron Corbin gets the win. For me personally, I think Baron Corbin will win this match on SmackDown. Swagger won through that ridiculous finish. Hopefully it's not a ridiculous finish to this match. Maybe this match will continue. This feud, I don't mind it, to be honest with you. It gives Baron Corbin something to do until the IC title picture clears up a little bit, and then he can go into that feud and possibly win the Intercontinental Championship. I'm thinking Mania time, which isn't actually that far away. I mean, it's insane when you think about it, but you know, it's not actually that far away. We're about half a year away from WrestleMania, and it only feels like yesterday when we had WrestleMania 32. Absolutely insane how quickly this year's gone. Well, when you look at it like that, it's gone quickly, but when you think about it, it hasn't really gone that quick. It's been a shit year, well, as for me personally anyway. If you didn't know, Becky Lynch, that match cancelled because Becky Lynch is injured, I believe. I don't think there's a vacating of the title, but definitely that match is not going on tomorrow night. Which is a bit disappointing because I was really looking forward to Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. I thought they could tear their house down, to be honest with you. It's a really good match. You know, on paper, I like Alexa Bliss as well. But yeah, that match no longer taking place. I'm just going to make sure that I am correct with that statement because I don't want to give you false information. But I believe that's, I mean, on WWE.com, they are still saying that it's going ahead, but let me just check here. Wow, this is a bit... WWE.com has still got the match going ahead. Let's just Google Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. I did see a report earlier saying Becky Lynch injured, this match not going to take place. I mean, there's rumours that Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss has been cancelled, but no confirmation, official confirmation as of yet. So we're going to go with it as if it's going on. If it goes on, Becky Lynch will win. Reportedly off, there hasn't been confirmation. Still no confirmation for WWE. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Eric Rowan reportedly injured as well, needs shoulder surgery, hence why he's probably not been involved at last SmackDown. But yeah, Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss should be a good match if given the right amount of time. If it goes on, should be a good match. Becky Lynch will win, does need to regain the title. Clean finish as well. Possibly we can then go on and see another match, a rematch for Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, or maybe Carmella will get herself involved. You have to say the SmackDown division, women's division, looked a little bit short, it has to be said, but it's done a good job with what it's got. Nikki Bella and Carmella are the other Divas rivalry going on at the moment. For the first time in what feels like ages, we've got two Divas rivalries going on at the same time, two Divas matches. at a pay-per-view that have significance. Nikki Bella versus Carmella. Now, Carmella's beat Nikki Bella a lot recently, so that would suggest Nikki Bella wins. That's why I think Nikki Bella will win. So far, my predictions have been Baron Corbin win, Becky Lynch win if it goes ahead, and Nikki Bella win. Now, Carmella could get the win here, and it would really skyrocket her to the point where if she challenged Becky Lynch at Survivor Series, it would be legitimate and you could see her there. She's done fantastic. A lot of question marks when she got called up. A lot of people saying she was the one that no one could understand why they called her up. No one could understand why Enzo and Cass on Raw, she was on SmackDown, and why she was called up in the first place. She's proven a lot of people wrong. She's doing a good job. I think her and Nikki Bella can put on a decent match tonight. Not a fantastic match, but they're putting a decent match. If Carmella wins, it really could skyrocket her. But if she loses, it doesn't affect her that much, really, either, because she's been on a winning streak at the moment. She's been doing well on SmackDown. She's been looking like she belongs. And so long as in the match she has her fair share of dominance and dominates the match, and Nikki Bella does a comeback, I'm more than fine with that. So yeah, I'm going to predict Nikki Bella to win, but it could be important if Carmella does win. We're now going to look at Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos, or the new Usos, the heel or Usos, which... Can I just clap my hands? Because I really was getting bored of the Usos. Being totally honest with you, I've been bored of the Usos for a year. Heel Usos, I love. Slater Rhino versus the Usos could be a fantastic match. Now, a lot of people talking about possibly American Alpha coming and helping out Heath Slater and Rhino and making them regain. I'm not down for that. I personally think the Usos will win the Tag Team Championships, SmackDown Tag Team Championships tonight at No Mercy, and that will be the only title. Ooh, I don't actually know now I've said that. Will be a title change. And yeah, Heath Slater and Rhino's run will come to an end. I do like them as a tag team. I do like Slater and the whole rivalry, and the whole story they've had with Slater. I think it's been very, very good. They've got to do a little bit more with it. They've kind of got a bit complacent with it and not really done a lot with it since Backlash. But yeah, they are the champions, and will they come out of No Mercy as the champions? I say no. The Usos, to me, will win, and then they move on to the American Alpha and set up an absolutely incredible match. Could be an incredible match at Survivor Series. The Usos versus American Alpha. That will be one of the best tag team matches that we have seen, full stop. Heel Usos, American Alpha, oh my god, it's getting me excited thinking about it. And we can have a Heath Slater Rhino rematch on SmackDown, etc. And that'll be fine. So yeah, that's my prediction for that match. I've been liking the way the tag team division has been booked on SmackDown as well. Like the women's division on paper, perhaps not as good as Raw, but it's been booked a hell of a lot better than Raw. And I am pumped for this matchup. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be opposed to Heath Slater and Rhino winning at all. I like them. I like both teams. So yeah, I don't really mind the result. But for me personally, a prediction is the Usos going to be walking out of where the fuck is No Mercy being held. California, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna go Sacramento, California. That's my prediction. Don't quote me. If I'm right on that, I could give myself a pat on the back. I don't know whether I'm right, so I'm good. I'm just giving myself a pat on the back because, you know, whatever. Kurt Hawkins is facing somebody we don't as of yet know who. He'll win. Of course he will. They're not going to make Kurt Hawkins lose, are they? Well, they could, actually. Something WWE would do. But God knows what they're going to do with Kurt Hawkins. I think he'll be a bit of a laughing stock, a bit of a laughing act. Maybe he'll get involved with Zack Ryder, and what's his name, Mojo Rawley. Who knows? But not obviously tonight. So yeah, Kurt Hawkins will win. So that's my prediction. Whoever the hell he plays, I don't think that's been confirmed. Let's talk about then the big three. The big three matches: The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Title versus career. Dolph Ziggler loses his career in WWE is over. Now this could genuinely happen. Rumours are rampant with Ziggler, have been for a good year now, over his future in WWE, and that he is coming to the end of his tether. He's made it quite clear, he's made it quite public. So this could be the end of Dolph Ziggler. I hope it's not, because Dolph Ziggler in the last few months since the draft has been one of the most captivating, one of the most entertaining superstars. In my personal opinion. Same with The Miz. That's why I love this feud, because these two have, for me personally, been the most captivating since the draft. But if we just talk about Dolph Ziggler for a second, if this is his last match, if this is his last night, wow, what a career he's had, but it will always be looked back on as another one who should have done so much more through no fault of his own, didn't get the opportunity to. He's the man that's always nearly got there, but when he has got there, he's always fell down pretty quickly. Again, some would argue through no fault of his own. The successful failure, as they called him on SmackDown, the promos, the scenes, the story for this feud has been exquisite. The promos have been some of the best promos cut by Ziggler and The Miz. You know, The Miz's promo on Talking Smack, I mean, we're looking a couple of months, was incredible. The Miz, the way he's angry of how he's being disrespected, and now with the whole Dolph Ziggler thing, this is a superb story. It is a feud I don't want to come to an end, but probably will come to an end. This is a match with stakes, the Intercontinental Championship and the career on the line. I really don't want Dolph Ziggler. I don't want his run with WWE to end. I don't want it to end, so I'm going to predict Dolph Ziggler, but that's not necessarily a smart prediction. That's more a prediction with what I'm hoping. I could see it either way, and it will be a sad night if that is it for Dolph Ziggler, but at the same time I can understand why. There's only so much a guy as talented as Dolph Ziggler can put up with. As I said, as for The Miz, I think he's one of the most entertaining people on the roster at the moment. You know, his promo cutting is incredible. And as I say, these two have created some of the best SmackDown scenes in the last few weeks. You know, the last 2 weeks, their scenes, or their promos, whatever you want to call them, have been the highlights of the show. Well, I mean, but that's difficult though, because Orton and Wyatt have been... I mean, this is the thing. The 3 stellar feuds on SmackDown have been tearing the house down. They have been fantastic in every sense of the word. Whereas on Raw, I mean, I'm trying to think of the 3 big stories, and I can't think of them. So that just goes some way to proving how, in some respects, disappointing Monday Night Raw has been to SmackDown, and why SmackDown is the A show and Raw is the B show in my personal opinion. So yeah, for me, Dolph Ziggler wins, keeps his career, wins the Intercontinental Championship, because I'm liking this new Dolph Ziggler. I'm liking this new Miz, because there has been a change in Miz, and I think Miz is an underrated wrestler, and I think he's an underrated talent. I really do. And yeah, some of the best promos we've seen in the last couple of months have come from these two. Next up, we're going to talk about Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. The uniqueness to the... I mean, this storyline really didn't go anywhere up to Backlash. Backlash was terrible, absolutely horrific. We don't want to talk about it. Since then, last couple of weeks on SmackDown, it's had that uniqueness to the Bray Wyatt feud. Should have had many moons ago and never has been given. It's always been strange. It's always been a strange one. Why have they not implemented the sort of stuff that they've done with this Orton feud before? Because they could have done it. They did it a little bit with the New Day, but they haven't really done it at all. Now they're doing it, and it is producing some great telly. I mean, I suppose it's not for everyone's taste, but I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. It's something different. It feels unique. Bray Wyatt feels fresh. Randy Orton feels fresh, which seems strange. Wyatt, for me, I want him to win. I want him to get a big win. I want him to win this feud, but I don't think it will happen. I think Orton will win tomorrow night. It doesn't affect Wyatt that much, not as much as other losses have in the past, because I think everyone has come to expect it now. Some people are saying that this is a filler for these two to go on and do bigger and better things. Expect Randy Orton to, or Bray Wyatt to Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles. I would like that, but anyway, that's a topic for another day. Yeah, for me, Orton wins. Wyatt, they somehow continue. I think the feud will continue anyway, because one match for these two I just don't think is enough. I think we'll get another match at Survivor Series. Yeah, but if I had to predict Randy Orton, just because of the way WWE have booked Bray Wyatt the last year, is loss after loss after loss in big matches, and it will probably come to fruition again. I'd love to see this feud. This feud almost feels perfect to introduce Sister Abigail. Who that is, who knows whether WWE has anyone signed who they'd be happy to play as Sister Abigail, I don't know. But let's just say all of those points were, you know, that they had someone that could play Sister Abigail. I think this would be a perfect time to introduce Sister Abigail. But this, one of the matches I'm really, really looking forward to. And another feud, as I say, the Ziggler-Miz feud hitting every note that it needs to. Slater, Rhino versus the Usos, hitting every note. To a certain extent, the Divas, the women's feuds, hitting every note. AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, and John Cena is hitting every note too. SmackDown is on a roll at the moment. It really, really is. And I honestly think that this could be a really, really good show, a really, really good card, if everything comes to fruition. And if they don't overbook the finishes, which they so often do. They did it at Clash of Champions. Let's hope they don't do it here. You know, I want normal finishes. I would rather, this is the honest truth, you know, for example, I'd rather Cena wins clean than Styles wins cheap. You know, that's genuinely how I feel about, you know, because you can understand it in some respects that the Owens-Rollins feud that needed a cheap finish. It was done. It was overbooked to an absolute oblivion. So it was overdone at Clash of Champions, but it needed to be a cheap finish so the feud could continue. I'm looking at these matches here, and I'm not seeing anywhere where a need for a cheap finish is required. We don't need one. We'll get one. We'll probably get 2 or 3. We'll probably even get one in the Intercontinental Championship where Miz will somehow regain, but Ziggler will somehow not lose. Therefore, somehow his career will, you know, we'll get some sort of shenanigan. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen in the triple threat. It shouldn't happen in the triple threat. It's highly unlikely it will happen in the triple threat because obviously no disqualification, etc. The only shenanigans you can get is someone running out, and nobody really would make any sense. To say the least, unless it was some massive return, to which then it would probably be a good thing rather than a bad thing. But I'm more talking about the other matches, and if this show really wants to be a top show and be as good as Backlash was, which was a very good show, they cannot overbook finishes. This can be booked, the finish of Styles, Ambrose, Cena can be booked very, very simply. For me, AJ Styles regains. I'm as confident on that point as I am on any of the matches down this list. Styles regains. Cena's 16th title, it's coming, but it ain't coming now. It will be coming at a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam, or Survivor Series probably isn't big enough. Maybe even, I don't know, but it will. I reckon that's WrestleMania. I think that's penciled in for WrestleMania, and that's not an opinion. That's a rare one. That's shared by a lot of people. Ambrose for me, no, I don't want him winning the title. I don't mind. I know this could sound stupid, but I don't honestly mind if Cena wins. So I'd be pissed off in one sense because the Styles reign would have been so short, but the one that would really piss me off would be Ambrose, because I'm just not down for him as a champion. I like this kind of cocky heel Ambrose that we're slowly moving into. Well, I feel like it's a heel Ambrose anyway, just saying what he thinks.com, but I don't really want him to have the championship right back on his shoulders yet. I'm loving the AJ Styles, this boasting that's going around, and I feel like Ambrose and Cena have got something going on where they can have a real good feud themselves. And if they can somehow book this where Styles wins, Ambrose and Cena cost each other the match, or someone costs someone the match, and Styles picks up the pieces, and then we can have, you know, Ambrose go off and face Cena at Survivor Series, and Styles go off and face whoever, which is a question that we're running out of answers to. But we'll worry about that at a later date. The fact of the matter is, Styles has got to regain the title. It is as simple as that, and the finish, it can't really, there's no way it really can be overbooked, but it simply, if it's simply done, you know, if they want to continue this triple threat to Survivor Series, then have it. You can pretty much do anything, and if you want Ambrose Cena to happen, then again you can do it by having them two cost. It's very, very simple, and again this story has hit every note. You know, the passionate Cena, I don't know, we've seen a lot of passionate Cena, but Ambrose saying what he thinks to Cena, a lot of it's felt real. He spoke the words of so many internet wrestling fans, the IWC. Styles, he's been his trash talking normal self, loved that. And Cena's really had enough, and you could see that on SmackDown. And that's what I liked about Cena on SmackDown. I liked the way they booked it. Number one, they booked the finish where at what they hinted at everyone winning. And I like that, because usually we get in a pay-per-view where one man's standing tall, and it's like, well, they're not going to win at the pay-per-view. Well, we had every man standing tall on SmackDown, so it didn't really give us any type of hint as to who's going to be walking out, and hinted at all three having the chance, which just heightens my interest for this match. God, I just realised, I'm sure I pressed record. I did press record. Jesus Christ. Feared for my life there that I'd forgotten to press record. Now that I would have cried. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, we've got, I just completely lost my trail of thought. I don't know what I was saying. I was talking about this triple threat. Oh yeah, we had Cena obviously, who Ambrose was trash talking, Styles was trash talking, Ambrose was going off at him, and then Cena just didn't say anything and just punched Ambrose. And that was just a different side to Cena, a side to Cena we haven't as of yet seen. And a side of Cena that I do like. I really want Cena to turn heel before the end of his run. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm still in hoping it can happen. And you have to say all three of these have been showing heelish traits, if that's even a word, in this story. And this is one of the most eagerly anticipated triple threats I think we've had in recent memory. I mean, the Shield triple threat, it was a letdown, partly because Reigns was suspended, so the build-up was crap, and partly because it had been a match that they should have done before they did it, and it got to the point where by the time we had the match, we'd wanted the match for so long, it was then not relevant. This one, though, all three superstars, red hot, Styles red hot, Ambrose doing, I think, some of the best work he's done recently, Cena he's not in the best year of his life when it comes to wrestling, because that was last year on pay-per-view quality matches, but doing some good work at the moment as well. Looks a new Cena, looks a rejuvenated Cena on SmackDown. This triple threat match could be match of the year, 100%. If it's given the time, which I'm sure it will because it's the main event, if it's not overbooked, and if these three are allowed to go out there and do what they do best, this match will be a match of the year contender. So prediction wise, Styles regains. So let's just go through all my predictions. Corbin wins, Styles wins, Usos win, Ziggler wins, Randy Orton wins, Nikki Bella wins, Kurt Hawkins wins, and Alexa Bliss wins. Let's see how many of them predictions that I do get right. Leave your predictions in the comments if you watch this video, which not many people do, so I'm sure you won't. But anyway, I'll be back hopefully with a review. I mean, it could be as late as Tuesday. I'll try and fit in everything tomorrow, but you know, I've got to watch the presidential debate and I've got to watch No Mercy. How I'm going to fit the whole lot in, I do not know, but I'll try and do it, and then I'll be back with a Raw SmackDown review. Everything will probably be delayed by a day this week. I'm trying to get sort of straight and sorted into a rhythm, but you know, when there's other stuff, it's just a nightmare. But anyway, hope you have enjoyed this predictions preview, whatever you want to call it. Could be a good show, should be a good show. Will it be a good show? Will AJ Styles walk out, I'm going to go with California, with the WWE Championship? Or are we going to witness history tonight with Cena holding his 16th title and beating Ric Flair? Or maybe the Ambrose Asylum will be reopening its doors. We find out tonight live on the WWE Network, which I have cancelled, so I'm going to have to watch some illegal stream. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.